What's up guys, Overman back again, and today we're gonna talk about some big news in the Destiny community. Game Informer published an article today about their trip to Bungie and how they played the Taken King DLC. So they told us some important pieces of information. First off, let's start with the big stuff. No more light levels. Your level will no longer be dependent on what armor you have. It's going to be dependent on how much XP you've gained. So kind of like how you progressed from 1 to 20, this is how you're going to progress all the way up to level 40. So this is cool now because you won't need to have certain legendary armor pieces and an exotic piece just to make it to max level anymore. You'll just have to level up and gain experience to do it. Now, I'm iffy on this. We don't know how much experience this is going to take. This could become a huge grind fest for experience, you know, just sitting there doing bounties over and over again trying to get XP. Or it might be, you know, some light grinding, you know, you do the missions and then you do a few bounties and boom, you're at like level 39 or 38, then you do some more bounties and whatnot and you get to 40. We don't know how this is gonna work, so I can't really comment on it right now, but I am happy to see light levels go because light levels were pretty damn annoying. Because you know how it goes, sometimes you're trying to get the boots to drop or you're trying to get the chest piece to drop and you have to run around with the exotic helmet because you know the raid helmet has a very low chance of dropping. You know, it's really annoying to worry about your gear just to level up. Now, we have a more consistent experience where we can just earn experience and level up our characters that way. So at face value, this seems to be a nice change, but we'll have to see how much experience is needed in order to level up. So another change to the loot system is that they're going to be changing how this RNG system works. It's not going to be as totally random. The RNG loot system will now take into consideration the drops that you have had previously before it drops something else for you. So, you know, you won't get 20 black hammers and no hunger of quotas, you know what I mean? Well, at least that's what they're saying. Once again, we'll have to wait and see how this actually works out. Remember, before the House of Wolves, Deej said they're gonna offer a fresh take on storytelling. You know how that ended up, so take everything you hear from Bungie with a grain of salt. It's possible that they deliver on these claims, but it's also possible that they don't. So another thing that they mentioned was that loot still matters. Your defense stat will matter. You know, you can be level 40 with uncommons, but your defense stat will be low. Same thing for greens and blues. So ideally, you'll still want legendaries for your defense stat, but once again, we don't know if defense is actually gonna matter because right now it's hard to tell if defense matters because defense goes hand in hand with your light level. So once they remove the light levels, we'll see if defense actually matters or not, because defense could be a total throwaway stat. We don't know yet. So your loot still matters, right? You're still gonna want legendary gear, but at least now you have some more options as to how your character is gonna look. Right now you have options as to how your character will look, but you just need the etheric light to upgrade those legendary pieces that you want to use. But now I'm wondering, in the Taken King, will different legendaries have different defense stats? Will the raid armor have higher defense than the regular armor available from the Crucible vendors and whatnot? If I had to guess, I'd say yeah, the raid armor will probably have more defense than the other armors, but then doesn't that defeat the purpose of taking out the light levels and all of that? I don't know. Once again, this is, you know, first impressions on an interview. I haven't played any of this yet, so we'll have to wait and see. I'm not gonna pass judgment just yet. I'm just expressing a few concerns that I have. So the final thing about loot is that legendaries from year 1 will not be able to ascend to the year 2 levels, meaning you're not going to be able to upgrade your fate bringers and things like that anymore. I can assume that you'll be able to upgrade your exotics. They haven't said that explicitly, but I'm sure you'll be able to upgrade exotics with an exotic shard or something like that. Overall, I'm kind of happy about this, honestly. It's nice to drop those old weapons because Bungie's not going to be able to keep on making guns to compete with things like the fate bringer or the Vision of Confluence, you know? It'll be a lot tougher to make new weapons good if they have to compete with these other weapons, and then you're gonna have power creep and it's very complicated, you know? So yeah, we do lose out on some weapon variety, but we do get some fresh weapons coming in. Now, one thing is for sure though, this is worrying because can you imagine if we couldn't ascend weapons in the House of Wolves? What would we be using? Prison of Elders weapons? Those weapons are ass. I do not want to use those guns. The only guns worth using in the House of Wolves are the vendor weapons, the weapons that drop from the Vanguard and Crucible, and of course the Trials of Osiris weapons. So the weapons that we get in the Taken King better be good. They better be good enough to be worth using and not these throwaway weapons that we have in the Prison of Elders, because if that's the case, that's going to be a huge negative for the Taken King. So in other news pertaining to the story, Peter Dinklage has been sacked. They've fired Peter Dinklage and they've hired Nolan North. And you might be familiar with Mr. North. He's also done the voice for Drake in the Uncharted series. And he's done a lot of other voices as well too. He's a pretty popular guy. And I think Nolan North is great. But here's the thing. How is he gonna improve Destiny? You know, it's the same lines that Peter Dinklage would have read off, but now Nolan North is gonna read it. What's the difference? I know Nolan North is probably gonna sound a little bit better. I'm a little bit surprised that Dinklage didn't sound better myself, but is that really gonna change anything? Imagine Destiny with Nolan North instead of Peter Dinklage. How much better would it be? Like 0.01% because Nolan North is cool? That's about it. It's not gonna change a damn thing. Think about how much money they have spent on Peter Dinklage and Nolan North. That money could have gone towards developing the story and improving the game, not giving me some celebrity voice actor. I don't need that. On top of that, he's just one guy. What about all the other characters that don't matter? I don't know. I've always thought that Peter Dinklage was a huge gimmick that Destiny was using, and now it's the same with Nolan North. Nolan North was great in Uncharted because there's an actual story there. There's characters, there's interesting people. Who's interesting in Destiny? Nobody. Nolan North isn't going to be able to save this story. They better come with a good ass story because Nolan North can't do shit if there's no story there to be told. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be really disappointed in the Destiny community if I see anybody fanboying out over Nolan North. I like Nolan North, don't get me wrong, but seriously, he's not going to improve the game. And I think it's a little bit sad that Bungie Vision is using these cheap ass tactics, using celebrities to try and spice up their game. I know this one is probably coming from Activision, because this is the same shit they do with Call of Duty. You know they've hired a football player to be the villain in the next Call of Duty game? That's just a little bit silly to me. And it seems like they're going to do the same thing here, but with, you know, somebody better. They're going to use Nolan North at least. But like I said, it doesn't change the game. It's a waste of resources, and it's just a way to build hype. Also, there's a little interview / hype documentary that Bungie put out. I'll link that in the description box below. You can go ahead and watch that, and you can read the Game Informer article, is it? I think, I don't know. Whatever, who cares? You can go read that in the description box below. But yeah, you know, I watched that video, and it's funny how some people give me shit for cursing and whatnot, and then you go and watch this video from a million or if not billion-dollar company with grown-ass men, these developers, and they're cursing. And you know, they're not cursing like normal people curse. This is scripted shit. This is not like when Angry Joe curses because he's angry or he's happy or whatever. They are cursing simply to appeal to a younger audience, and I think it's funny as hell because this game is rated T for teen. There's no cursing in the actual game, yet yet these devs are cursing in the interview, and it can't possibly be a slip up on his part because they would never allow an F-bomb to get dropped in an interview like this. It was scripted, and it's pretty cringy in my opinion. That's just me though. Go ahead and let me know what you thought about that interview, if you thought that guy next to Luke Smith was cringy, because I certainly did. Also, for you guys that played Halo, he takes a shot at Master Chief. He actually says that his Guardian is cooler than the Master Chief. I haven't played Halo, but from what I've heard, that sounds like a load of shit. So please do chime in. I'm gonna have to ask my man Techno Viking about that one because it sounds a little bit far-fetched even though I haven't played the Halo games. I don't know who could possibly be less interesting than our Guardians in this game. That's funny. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video if you made it this far. And if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not feeling too shy, drop a comment down below. Please do drop a comment down below for this one. Let me know what you think about these changes, what you thought about the article, and please do tell me about Master Chief versus our Guardian. Look at that shit. Master Chief has a name. Our Guardians don't have names? Who are they? I don't even know what to refer to them as. Whatever. If you want to see more videos like this, please do hit that subscribe button. That's it for me though. Over, man. Out.